for sure just a few of us that remember and pay homage to where we've come from. In our previous episode, Life Stories told half of Wilson Bugembe's struggles to victory, from the streets to now a renowned musician and pastor. Despite his bitter and almost traumatizing past, Wilson has surely not forgotten where he came from and has done everything he can to give back by taking care of the disadvantaged children. The vision that has seen the birth of the Mercy Child Care Ministries. As part of our interview, we decided to pay the home in Wakiso a visit.
Hello, bana tuze bachalirako. Ani agenda okulambuza.
In well-organized housing units, we meet the kids who are evidently happy they have a place to call home. They go about life like any other children in a home, doing chores and co-curricular activities. It's indeed great work and shows great progress. Part of Bugembe's gist of his life story is having lost both his parents in a small time range, plus his siblings, all to HIV. Wilson, together with his other brother, however, survived the virus. On meeting him, Brian is as full of humor as his brother. He does have something to say about his brother's journey and the orphanage. I've been talking to Pastor Bugembe and he's told me almost everything that I needed to know and what the public needed to know. But I just want to know your side of the story, a little bit of you when you're growing up, especially the part when you lost your parents. How was life then?
All I can say, back then I was young.
You're young?
Yes, I was young, but I just recall just a few things, not too much. Because by then I think I was either 4 or 5, and Pastor I think he was 9. I think he wasn't 10 yet.
Okay.
Yeah, but all I remember is they divided us into 2. We had a young, my elder brother. He was called Dennis. Yeah, he sang about him in a certain song. Me and Dennis, they took us to the maternal side, and he was taken to the paternal side. Yeah, unfortunately, Dennis passed away when I was in primary 5. After my primary, it's when it was my first time to come to Kampala. I had come to visit Pastor Bugembe. By then he had recorded a song called Yellow. It's all I remember.
Oh yes.
It was 2002, primary 7. I was in primary 7 vacation. So this is when I came. This is when I started to live with him. But there is a very big gap from the other time when the parents passed away and when I joined him later.
How did you feel, you as a sibling, how did you feel hearing that your big brother has run away from home and he's on the streets?
You know, when you are young, you don't pay much attention on certain things. But what I remember, for me, I thought he was on the other side, the paternal side. It's all I knew. And what I remember, we loved so much to be with him. The days when he could come, we could feel so good. But I never really knew that he was on the streets. Actually, I came to know about this story when I was in Kampala.
Now he is a pastor, he is well established. That's what I'm talking as part of the crowd, as part of the people out there who see him. They see him as someone inspirational.
Yes.
What can you tell me about your brother that some people out there don't know about him?
Ndoze kisookera ddala mugezi n'ekirala atya Katonda. Kubanga nze ng'omuntu nze Brian andaze Katonda. Ekyo kintu kye ndowooza nti kye kimuyambye nnyo okuwangula, kye kimuyambye okuyimirira. Ndowooza kubanga waliwo ebintu nange byakola nange nionkola ki. Neewuunya omusajja oba Katonda yamusangawa. simanyi nenga atya Katonda n'ekirala mugezi ekirala amanyi okukola emikwano kwanza nyina emikwano mingi ninge gisinga njifundidde ku ye ndowooza byebyo
kati nze kirala kyemulabeeko ayagala nnyo abaana ekyo kyemulabeeko ayagala nnyo abaana kyovula ne wano we tuli
tuli mu baana
ate yabalabirira
kugamba ye muntu nange kenyini aneewuunyisa aneewuunyisa is full of surprises akola ebintu ku emyaka gye si ye mukulu ennyo recently yawezezza 30 naye akola ebintu nange kenyini nembyewuunya nange buli kaseera neewuunyisa toyinza mumanya
omuyambako omukwatirako ku mukono okulabirira ku baana bano.
Okay, he delegated emirimu buli muntu alina department gyamuwa kubanga church ngala the word church it does very many things kale ebisinga byekuusa nnyo ku church naye ebintu ebisinga yagenda teyeetuumako mirimu mingi kati mu kifo kino kyetulimu waliwo director waakyo ndowooza niye mugenda kumulaba ye yakitwala naye nze currently ndowooza nze ng'omuntu nyinamu omutima nange ogwagala abaana mbasanga awo tuba twesanze sekinoomu I keep on encouraging them, talking to them. You can do like this. Naffe twali bwe tuti ogamba ebigambo bino birina engeri gye bimuvinga obulamu bwabwe naye sijja gamba nti waliwo omulimu ogw'amaanyi gwe nkola ki
era ogwo gw'amaanyi gumala.
Yes, naye nga era bonna abasinga wano bonna bamanyi naye nga tebamanyidde nti navaayo nenyimirira nenjogera eri gye bali but I've met them personally. Yes, individually, and I talk to them. I love doing it.
Okay. What are you doing now?
Currently era muganda wange yansomesa nasoma degree Makerere mu lab technology bakwambala wenti naye era musanze ku mulimu.
Okay.
Kati nzijanjaba abantu mbakebere omusaayi n'ebirala eddwaliro liri wali kumpimpi n'ekirala nange ennyimba yaŋŋamba tolina kuyimba nga tonnamala degree yange kati awo nensigala nga mpandiika nawandiikayo n'akayimba bamu bakamanyi abalokole abamukyakati bakamanya nnyo abantu ne kajini piece kagamba mpulira bulungi kati we namaze nange ndi mu kuyimba nayingidde field era ennyimba nzireeta wano ku NTV.
Okay. Tukusanyukidde.
Amina.
Tuyimbire muko katona oyimbye katono zemba sikategeera njagala mpemu nsampolinga muko singa kwawo. Onzise.
Ambayimbira akayimba kange. Nina olimba olupya lugamba nanywera ku Yesu yamanyi obwedda. Eriyo kyempakanya engeri abantu gye batwalamu abaana bato balowooza olumu w'ekikumi olumu w'ekinusungo mu mazaawo olimba munnange nga bw'okimpa mwenya naye nga muli mutima nfa natuula nga neneebuuza nze nabakyo obutabaako maama na taata nga bwe ndaba abalina abaabwe nsaalirwa mpulira mutima mbasubwa ku ssomero gye nasomeranga abaana banjereganga bankyalira baba ku bugaali bali mmotoka n'enjulo beekweka nanywerera ku Yesu ono wedda nanywerera ku Yesu yamanyi dda bizibu nga bye bingi nanywerera ku Yesu yamanyi dda bingi olina okunziramu nange ennyimbe
mbadde nnyumirwa nga nabuze badde simanyi nakumanya nti tuli mu kuyimba badde mpuliriza
message lupya nnyo lwa mutawaana nnyo kizaamu amaanyi.
So that house is the baby's home. This house is called Haven of Rest House. It's a house for children between 3 years to 12 years of age.
Tweyanziza nnyo nti mukyali naffe tugenda kusinkana kati director atulambuzeeko ku kifo tukirabe bwe kifaanana. I finally get to meet the big man behind this beautiful homestead. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
Introduce yourself to our viewers.
I'm called Pastor Wilfred Blair Bugembe, and I'm a pastor at Light the World Church, and I'm the Executive Director of Mercy Child Care Ministry. Yes, please.
What exactly do you do here?
Mercy Child Care Ministry take care of orphans, abandoned babies, and highly at-risk slum children. What we do, we give them a family first. We rescue children from the streets and the slums and give them a family. So we bring them in a family setting. In each of these homes, we have a married couple that cares for 10 kids in each of these houses. And after that, we also give them an education. We also look for their extended family and work on reuniting them and resettling them back with their extended family if they happen to show up, and we do that after empowering them financially. I would say we have managed to have like 80% of the kids we have, they've been fully resettled back to their families. Okay. We have been in operation for the past 11 years. And
11 years?
Yes, please.
Okay.
So it all started by 11 years ago. Pastor Wilson, I, Ben and Philip, we rented our small 8 by 10 room shack in Nakulabye, where the 4 of us used to stay. We had one 4-foot bed, which the 4 of us used to share. But people thought we had a lot of room, and they started bringing orphans to us like that. And our small house for teenagers became a big house, and that's what came out to be Mercy Child Care Ministry.
How do you maintain taking care of them? How do you manage that?
It's through Good Samaritans. Members of our church, like the World Church, we have donation boxes. They give a coin. We believe that what you think is change can change a life. So through the generosity of our church members, we're able to get the money that runs this home. We also have partners all over the world and who send in donations and help us. Our goal is that we shall be self-sustaining. So this village we are building is a model of a self-sustaining village for orphans. Our goal is to have 10 family-style homes. So over there, it's down there past the borehole. We are planning on building a school there. So we are planning on building 3 more houses facing this way, over there. So that house is the baby's home for babies below 3 years of age. And this house is called Haven of Rest House. It's a house for children between 3 years to 12 years of age. And that one is called Faith House. And we also just bought a piece of land for our farm. So we'll be able to grow our own food. And then we'll have a school that our kids will get free education.
Oh,
and
nice.
People from the community will pay to actually get that education. And that would offset the operational expenses of the school. So the same model will apply to the medical center. So our kids, when they're sick, they get free medical care, but people from the community pay a modest price to get high quality medical care. And at the same time, we are able to sustain ourselves.
How do you get these children? Do you just go to the streets and pick them up, or to the police and tell them, whoever you have here, you can give them to me? Or there's a way you do it?
Yes, we do outreach in the slums and the streets. So, because when you go to the streets and slums, you find that all the kids are vulnerable and you would want to come back with all of them.
Yes.
So our goal is to reach out to the most vulnerable kids, and we do this by developing relationships with people in the slums. So we go and just hang out with them and just make them our friends, and through those relationships we are able to identify the most vulnerable kids who need to be rescued. And we also get phone calls from the police when they find a kid abandoned, like Carl, who was abandoned, and other kids, when they're abandoned, the police calls us. And also Good Samaritans, like if someone is walking around and they find a baby who has been abandoned, they bring them to us. Yeah.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you for the good heart, and thank you for what you're doing for our community.
Oh, thank you so much
God
for
bless
visiting
you.
us. Yeah, thank you. Hello, bana tuzze bakyalirako. Ani agenda okutulambuza? Benja. Benja ogenda kutulambuza? Kale katuyingire munda. Katuyingire munda. Let's go inside. Sebo tusaba okutulambuza. Ye taata wa maka gano.
The orphanage does have its management though, and the head of the team is Pastor Wilfred Lugumba. We talked to him about how he manages this not so easy job.
Kati ngono yava mu katanga wetwamuleeteranga katini nnyo ng'ebbiri ziri bweru. Abasajja baamulaba baali bagamba Comfort yali agenda kufa. But ono ali omu ku baana basingayo obunene. Comfort, Hope, bano bonna noono naye ono. Bonna bano bajja nga bali very malnourished. Ne bamaama bano bakola omulimu mulungi nnyo.
He then takes us around.
Office administrator.
Kati tugikozesanga ne room y'abaana ba homeschoolinga.
Oh, this is beautiful.
Eno bagiyita monkey's room. Tulina omusawo ali residential kati abeerawo wano n'abaana n'omwana waaba alwadde ne bwe kaba nka baby kakajja aba abeera nako wano baana balwadde bonna abeera nabo.
Kati wano ali abeera gwe?
Omusawo akola misana.
Kati asula nabo ekiro?
Waliwo night duty akola. Waliwo night duty.
It's good.
N'omusawo yasiibawo n'asulawo.
The sight of innocent souls in a clean and peaceful environment that puts your heart at rest. It's been a great time at Mercy, but we have to find the pastor at his house to tell us the rest of his amazing life story.
I'm coming. Hello. You're welcome. That calls for a hug in Africa. African hugs. You're welcome. Not to see you. Good luck too.
It's a beautiful day, and we make our way to Pastor Bugembe's home. In this humble, nice home, a very expecting and warm Wilson again welcomes us. He then takes us around, introducing everybody.
One of my kids. She's one of my kids. Favor was at the house yesterday at the home. If you went there. Yeah.
Okay.
You know that guy.
Yeah.
This is who Babi Kwanjula for Ronald Mainja. It's all the way here. If you go all around, and if you're coming, I can go around. It's beautiful here. All the way around.
Wow. That's the northern bypass.
That's the northern.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. So sometimes I walk from there if I'm not.
Here?
If I'm not. Yeah. This is why I prepare my sermons. You can go after you.
Oh wow.
So I prepare my sermons and stuff. There's so many of us. These are some of my what? My kids. This is the kid. This is the girl. She's my daughter. She acted Kani.
Oh.
Yeah, that's on her graduation day.
Children.
These are some of the awards.
Oh yeah, Pam Awards.
Pam Awards. I got this award from Impact Radio.
FM.
Yeah, it was still 1 or 2. Oh my God. I was in S5, but S5 coming to S6. So I came from school, from the boarding section, and I went for that. And So that was, yeah. This is what?
2003.
2003 still got most favorite artist. Ooh, I mean, the curse is gone.
Yeah.
And what is this? Oh, this is the Rotary Club. In appreciation for your dedication and selfless contribution towards the orphans and HIV awareness through music. I love this.
Yeah.
This guy right here, let's see. This guy now is in South Africa. He's, I think, when we were still living in a dormitory, he knocked at the dormitory and he didn't have anywhere to stay. So that's how we took him in. His name is Dale. So we shared our bedroom with him, and our bed, our school decker. So he's one of the first kids, and he's now married, and God has done him good. And so many other guys. Okay, who this is? You know this guy? He's crazy.
Oh yeah, Brian.
Yeah, Brian, he's crazy. But
You so much look alike.
I'm
with
more
Brian.
handsome. I am more handsome. He's a bit taller and very
He is
funny.
taller and very funny.
He made you laugh, right?
A lot.
I told him you should call him out and they start something. It's
It's
crazy.
so funny.
Yeah, that's my mom. This is the glass of the day.
The artistry in his house clearly suggests his great love for memories and evokes a feeling of history within.
I promised to show you this. My dad.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's beautiful.
My dad did that as work at some point because he was a very hardworking guy. He was a teacher. He was a musician. He was he was hardworking. He was a farmer. So at some point when he was too poor, he did that as business, taking it to town, but not for a long time, just shortly.
Okay.
So that's why I put it there.
It's
It reminds me of my dad.
Your dad. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Humbled as he is not afraid to tell how he came up with his housing plan. It's a different setting. It's not the usual home you go to and find such a structure. Let me say in such a place. This is Nigeria. Yeah. Yeah, it's such a beautiful place.
I actually we didn't know. I'm the planner. I kept breaking and making. I'm an artist.
Ah, okay.
So you know, being an artist is not just me music, but
Yeah.
Chameleon told me I'm an artist who plays art, who draws art.
Yeah.
But I kept breaking and making. Even at church, most of those things, I tell them, you can do this, but most times I don't know how to do it practically. But I know I get an idea. So I kept breaking, and then later on we came up with a plan. So some people have come here and they took the plan.
Okay. I must admit that Pastor Bugembe lives a very simple lifestyle, exemplary to many young souls. He takes us through his latest title as a new addition to the Uganda Cranes family. Recently, the FUFA Association got a few ambassadors and they decided to target musicians, and you're one of the ambassadors. Were you prepared for this role?
First of all, I love football so much.
Okay.
Maybe some people don't know that, but some do. I was lucky that those guys came. I don't know if I'm an ambassador. They've not told me that, but I am part of the crew. I'm part of the team now.
Okay.
Because I kept complaining and like, Cranes, what's wrong with Uganda Cranes?
Yeah.
Until one day they came to me. You know, if you fight something so much, God will make you part of the answer, maybe. If you worry about something so much. So finally, those guys come to my office and they're like, Wilson, what we need is prayer. And they said, Tetuina Mikisa. Because we play so well, for some reason, Tetuina Mikisa. So we prayed. That's when they were going to go to Ghana. And I prayed, and I became part of them. And I was lucky that they allowed me to be part of it. And I was excited to be there, and I will always be there. I pray for them. Even before they came, I was praying for Uganda Cranes.
Oh, that's
so I believe this is our time.
Yes.
I believe Uganda Cranes should shine.
Okay.
Yeah, and I would like to advise government. The only way to bring nationalism and patriotism, and it's just put money in the sports.
Yes.
Yeah, it's the only thing that makes us forget our differences and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, I would advise Uganda government, just give us money. Give Uganda Cranes and put in sports money.
Invest something in it.
Yeah, invest a lot.
Yes.
I know you are trying, but you could do better.
Yes.
You can do better, yeah. So I love Uganda Cranes, and I believe we will fly, we will shine.
Yes.
Yeah, I believe we'll go to the World Cup, and we will not go there to be ashamed. We'll go there to fly.
Yeah.
I believe Uganda is talented. Like we are doing well in music. Time is coming when we do so well in sports, and even in other types of sports like athletics. Like those guys are doing wonders. The Kiprotich and those guys.
And recently the Uganda Netball
the
Association
netball,
too?
the shoe cranes.
Yes.
We will get there.
Okay.
Uganda is blessed.
I know it
Uganda
is.
is the power.
Amen.
Yes.
Okay.
Bagamanga baina abazungu nga tetulina wadde namagoye. Not even namagoye was giving us money.
Great hospitality, but we now have to proceed with the other part of the interview. When you look back at your life, do you have any regrets? Something you look back and be like, I wish I changed this. I wish I could go back and change this to become a better person.
I think I have mistakes, but not so many regrets.
Okay.
I've made mistakes, and the reason I stay humble is because my mistakes humble me. I'm not regretting.
Yes.
I'm grateful. God sees my heart.
Yes.
Even if I died now and I met him, I'll tell him, thank you for letting me inspire somebody. And thank you for picking me from zero and turning my disappointments into appointments. Wise people learn from their mistakes.
Yes, they do.
Yes.
Most of the time people think your life is around the church. You don't really usually go out of church, except if you're going to do your songs, which you rarely do these days. Do you really do shows? But rarely.
Rarely.
Yes.
I thought there was a lot of pressure, and I wasn't singing to impress people and being on TV.
I hope you're not thinking of quitting music.
I'm not quitting music.
Okay.
I want to do music. I'm still singing. I released my Sibyl Leader song, and there's so many good music coming up. Okay. I will keep singing, and maybe I'll do a concert in a season. And for me, like I said, I know how to control the tempo, and yeah, maybe wait. I'm gonna call all my friends in the due season.
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
But worship nights are still going on, celebrity Sundays are still going on. I'm going right now all over Uganda doing worship nights in stadiums.
Oh, that's great. A few years ago, your church held a youth camp, and I think 4 kids drowned. Tell me about that. How did you feel when that happened, and the conclusions about what people were thinking about you?
Yeah, it was a dilemma. It was 4 kids drowned in water. And of course they said we sacrificed them, we are trying to do sadaka for our church is growing so much, we needed a sacrifice and whatever, and maybe for my music and stuff like that. But no one plans an accident. Thank God that I'm still breathing. Because when I got the news, they first told me my very kid, one of my kids that I helped from my house, that she had passed.
Oh dear.
So they told me the other 3 with time. And I was driving on the northern bypass, and I was behind a big truck. And my mind told me, I prayed, I said, I'm going to go and run into this truck. But Lord, let me not die. let me go in a coma and wake up when everything is done. Like the kids are buried, the parents are calm.
Yes.
Apart from losing my family, I think that's the worst thing that has ever happened to me and my ministry. Yeah. I know how to juggle life and pray about stuff and do this, and I can, when we come in our meetings, they always wait for my word. By this time, I didn't know what to do. Apart from crying and crying and crying and crying my eyes out, meeting police and do this and do that. But thank God for teamwork, good friends, prayers from all over the country. I saw so many pastors that I highly respect in this nation. They came to my house. So many friends gave me calls. I felt loved. And Sunday I was the preacher. And I preached to someone, no looking back. No looking back.
You're such a strong young man.
Because on day 1, day 2, day 3, I was out of my mind. I was insane. I didn't know what to do. I was just looking.
Yeah.
I was just looking.
It was too much to take in.
It was too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we went through it. And those are the days that you say, as long as I live, I'll never see that day again. Yeah, and then a year later, someone came and kidnapped a kid because our church was planted in a very high crime area. A kid was kidnapped and they killed the kid and dropped the body at church.
Oh dear.
Yeah, they did. Like earlier when I told you, sometimes life has some suffering and we've had our share. And yeah, it came and we went through it too. It was all over the news. And right now the church is wired on camera, on CCTV, everywhere from the street all the way. We've wired it, so at least we try to know and watch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. But inside my heart, there is this peace that God tells you, you know the truth. You know the truth.
Yes.
You didn't kill
And
anybody.
it will
You know
set
the
you
truth.
free.
And the truth sets you free.
Yes.
Yep.
That's a good one.
Yep.
What do you think of Ugandan concerts and the future of musicians in Uganda?
I feel a burden of Ugandans, especially musicians, thinking that it's a concert that makes you,
Yes.
or makes you or breaks you. That now I'm not saying because I'm a victim. God has been so good for the last 10 years. I've not had a concert that has ever flopped.
Oh, that's great.
Never.
Thank God.
And thank you, my good fans. I love you so much. Even when it rained, you were there.
That's great.
God bless you so much. But I feel a burden if, let me use your husband, if Bebe Cool makes a concert and it doesn't work out, and then we disqualify him among the singers that have ever inspired this nation. And then we wait to speak those words when he dies. So I don't think you should sing for awards. Am I clear?
Yes.
Awards are good, but awards and concerts, they kill musicians. They are very dangerous threats.
Yes.
That if somebody does a concert and it doesn't come out, then on TV it's going to be viral. And then this artist is like, oh, we disqualify you. If you don't win an award, then you are not an artist.
Yes.
So it is my request to musicians, go and win hearts before you win awards. A good song will give you an award. Even if you don't get it, still inspire me. Go back, get behind that microphone and sing to inspire this generation, the coming generation,
Oh, yes.
and the dying generation.
That's a great message.
Yes.
Okay. When you sit back and think about your life, what is that one thing you can point at and say, I'm proud of this achievement?
I think for God to help me and swallowing my pride and start to follow him wholeheartedly. I've fallen down, but I always tell people that righteous people are not those that have not fallen, but those that have fallen and they rose back up.
Yes.
Great people are not those that have not hit dead ends, but those that have found a way through a dead end. But to answer it practically or in a carnality, I would say at 19 years, coming to Nansana and planting a church under a mango tree.
Wow.
With no one sending me apart from God, no money, with a group of young people. And here we are 10 years later, inspiring our nation.
Oh, yes.
I don't think I did that. No one. I recently met a kid and I asked him, how old? I said 19. I'm like, okay. You are too young. So I think
now you see.
Now I'm like, okay. Now I forgave everybody who said I'll never make it.
Yes.
Because I was too young.
You were too young.
And I didn't have anyone. Not even Namagoye was giving us money. So yeah, that's something I'm grateful to God.
I would like you to give a word of advice to the youth watching us now.
Word of advice?
Yes.
My past stinks. My present has challenges, but my future is exciting.
Wow.
So don't go looking for money. Go and create relationships. Go find your dream, and money will come, I promise you. Yeah.
Wilson Bugembe's story is surely one that has personally touched my deep innermost soul. His desires and ambitions, plus the zeal to make it in life, give back when he can, despite forever presenting challenges, is worth a try. Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
In 10 years, yes. So many things. One, I want to be a mentor, a role model.
Yes.
I'm praying that God will preserve me and protect me to stand, to live longer than tough times. And I believe Light of the Church will not be in trees. It will be a glass cathedral. Yeah. It's going to be one of the best.
But I don't know, I just feel it's just so beautiful. It's big, it's enough.
Thank you.
But I'm happy you have a better vision.
Yeah, better vision. Light of the Church will be the most beautiful church. Yeah. I would die a happy man if I built for God a sanctuary. A beautiful sanctuary. It will be made up of glass, me and my team. That's our prayer. And we will take this church east, west, south, all over Kampala. And kids, my heartbeat is kids. I pray that Ugandans will come to a level where they don't wait for Bazungu to come in. Yeah, everyone can help somebody.
Yes.
Before whites come in. I appreciate the job they do, but let's take it on. These are our own blood. Let's love the kids. And it's not about money, it's about love. So I believe that we'll be helping so many kids.
Yes.
Yeah, and then I want to go all over the country preaching Jesus Christ. So I believe in 10 years from now, so many souls will be in Christ. I believe that millions are going to come to Christ through my ministry. I believe people are going to run away from hell. And I believe 10 years from now, I don't know. I'm excited about my future. Yeah.
I don't usually do this. When I'm doing life stories, it's about your life. But I just feel like I want something from you. Maybe as a verse in your song. I want you to sing for me and the people watching.
Let me just sing something. Abantu bakuno bo bwe batyo bakolokota buli kyokola bw'ogula ettaka tajja zimba bw'ozimba tajja sereka bw'osereka tajja kuggala bw'ogiggala tajja sulamu kyokka n'ozimba n'osereka n'ogiggala ate n'osulamu. Nawulira bingi nga ntandika obbuulira enjiri ababanda bakuno ayimba atya ne Kamiliyoni ayimba atya ne Bobi Wine aleeta atya bebe mu kkanisa n'aleeta abayaye mu kkanisa eyo ekkanisa ejja mulema ne byayimba bijja mubula kyokka n'ennyimba n'ensumba kisa kya Mukama ate ngenda wala kati sibiwulira biyingirira muno bifulumira muno sibiwulira ate
in reminding us about his music debut, Wilson sings us the famous Kasatika Yellow, or rather, the yellow shirt.
Bampitanga lya yellow eryawire baalinzijako anti ke kasate ke nali nnina mu bulamu nga ngenda kulima kabeeramu mu nnaku n'essanyu ke kakoola bano okucaka nga yellow gwensuulamu. Yeah, it's my very first song that I wrote. Or that the Holy Spirit wrote for me, and it was viral. It was all over, and to the Christian radio stations. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm glad it worked out for
It's
so
a
many
famous
people.
one.
Yeah.
Let me say it was your breakthrough.
It was, it was my breakthrough in the church. And then I think Mukama Njagala Kumanya was the breakthrough all over the country.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Mukama Njagala Kumanya, Mukama Njagala Kumanya, Nyimbye nyimba nyingi museno, Mukama Njagala Kumanya.
I'll never forget even my very first article. That's why I want to say thanks to journalists that have sold my story out there. Journalists in the newspapers, journalists on TV. Those guys wrote about a street kid who wrote a very good song and won an award at Impact FM. So big up to, I want to say thanks to journalists that have told my story in a good way.
Yes.
Yeah, and those that have said the wrong side.
Namwe mwebale.
Yeah, Namwe, thank you. It's part of life.
Yes, it
we
is.
need to learn to handle criticism.
Yes.
But thanks to that person who wrote my story the very first day when he heard about this song, Yellow. Yeah. But above all, the hearts won.
Oh, yes. As we wind up, I'm privileged to meet one of his oldest adopted children, Matthew. Matthew is a big boy now.
Matthew, we got Matthew from the street. One day,
Hey,
One day.
bang.
Yeah, one year.
How many years ago now?
Where back
I
from?
don't remember.
What name yake?
5 years.
Oh, wow.
It was 5 years. How old are you now?
Now I'm 15.
15.
So that's 10 years.
10 years.
Wow.
I just wanted to tell people out there, Jesus heals AIDS, Jesus heals cancer, Jesus heals every disease, and Jesus gives life eternal. There is nothing impossible. Don't go to the shrines.
Yes.
Go to Jesus. Go to church. Jesus is able. Jesus, down, down, down. The Bible says he got me from the mud clay, from the kilemo bisoto, and set my feet on the rock. Nothing is impossible in Jesus.
The stories I bring you every day are a gesture of what's happening around our communities. In today's story, I hope you're inspired in one way or another. Until next time, please don't forget to like our Facebook page, NTV Life Stories. God bless you.